Hi, I'm Andre with a review for You Better Reviews. Yes, I occasionally review movies on this channel, so if you like movie reviews, make sure you click that subscribe button and also become part of the squad by ringing the bell and being notified of future videos that I make. Today, by your request, I am reviewing Wonder Woman. Yes, I got to see the movie early. God, this movie is good. Or should I say gods? By Zeus, this movie is good. Here's the overall gist about Wonder Woman. Okay, it plays it safe. It honestly does not bring anything necessarily new to the table. It does what it's supposed to do. It is all the beats of a superhero origin story movie. But what makes Wonder Woman work is the execution, the direction, the tone, the look, the feels, the characters. It all works so well. And what makes this movie work, and this is the best thing I can definitely say about this movie, is this movie is balanced. This movie knows when it needs to be action-packed, when it needs to be dramatic, when it needs to be comedic, when it needs to be dark. It hits all those things. This is a movie that's been able to set its own tone. When it needs to be action-packed, it is super action-packed and fun. You are watching the action on the screen and I'm just all like, woo! You know, I'm all excited and everything. They do use that slow-mo effect. You know, you can't have a DC movie without them slow-mo going on, but it's appropriate. It does it in the right places. And sometimes it makes sense because you gotta remember that Wonder Woman does have super speed, particularly when she's blocking bullets with her bracelet cuffs, with her gauntlets there. So I understand why sometimes it has to slow down, so you can kind of see that she is able to stop something that's moving at a very fast speed. So it never gets to be too much or overwhelming. So I really enjoyed the action in this. And it was just nice to see, like there'd be times that you would see a shot overhead or you would see a shot in a room and the fight is going on and it's just something really cool about it. And it's mostly fights with other people. There's a lot of superhero movies nowadays where you see people fighting CGI robots or CGI creatures or CGI something, or they're using a weapon that's very CGI heavy. So even though obviously some CGI is sprinkled here or there throughout these fighting sequences, it was nice to see people fighting people close up, hand-to-hand combat or hand-to-sword combat or whatever you want to call it. It was just nice to see that. But then, of course, when Wonder Woman needs to jump really far away or jump through a window or something like that, of course, obviously, some CGI is used. It was used in the right places. But at times, it needs to get a little bit of, hey, let's stop fighting everybody for a second. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk to each other. Let's learn some more about these characters so you can actually feel some emotion for them so that when you then see them fight in the next scene, you actually care about them. That's a cool concept, isn't it? And the humor in this movie. Oh my God. The humor comes from conversations. It comes from dialogue. It comes from situations, fish out of water situations with Diana. It's not the situation of, we're doing a full-on action sequence to prevent a danger, but let's make one-liners the entire time. Let's have the DC comedy hour. This movie does not do that. All the jokes and all the humor happen when they're supposed to, and I thank you for that. There are some moments of sadness in this thing. There's some times where you're like, oh, ugh. But what really helps with all of those tones is Wonder Woman herself. Wonder Woman is always a symbol for hope in this movie. She never plays the, oh, woe is me, I'm a superhero that doesn't want to be a superhero. This is a character that has questions, has doubts, has times when she feels right, has times she feels wrong, but at the end of the day, still feels like that it is her job and her responsibility to do what she needs to do as a superhero because of the powers that are endowed upon her or that she has. And I just really like seeing a superhero that wants to be a superhero in a superhero movie. Wonder Woman is like, nah, I'm good. Pew, pew. And speaking of Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, man, she is great in this role. You know, I thought that she was one of the best things about Batman v Superman, so I was wondering, you know, that was small doses. Will she be able to carry an entire film? And I can say that she does, man. There's just something about her when she's on screen. My eyes are just glued to her. Yes, she is beautiful. That's part of it, man. She is gorgeous. And when she puts on that Wonder Woman suit, I'm like, thumbs up. But thumbs up this video, by the way. Give me a like. But yeah, you can just tell the passion that she has when doing this character. When she's Wonder Woman, I see Wonder Woman. That's nice. I see Gal Gadot in interviews and on the red carpet and stuff like that, but I see Wonder Woman on the screen, and I love that. And like the movie, Wonder Woman is balanced. Yes, she's a strong female character. Yes, she can do some amazing things. She's intelligent, but she's also naive. She's also learning things. She lets her emotions take over at times. She feels humor. She feels love. She feels anger. She gets confused. She's just a well-rounded, fleshed out character. Go figure. And I also like Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. Chris Pine is just a good actor, but he really brings it in this movie. His chemistry with Gal Gadot is so good, not just in the action sequences, but just, again, when they're just having casual conversations. There is a whole conversation that they have on a boat that is freaking hilarious. Because their conversation and because of their chemistry, I could have just kept watching that scene forever. I'm like, just please, no, don't cut away. Please continue in this awkwardness. The mascara. Oh my gosh, you get two genres of movie in one with this thing. You get the superhero origin story movie, but you also get like this Greek epic fantasy film. That's what this first part of this movie feels like. It's just really epic, and Themyscira is so beautiful. It is pretty. If you've ever said, like I have said, that man, DC needs to add some more colors in their palette besides brown and gray, then Themyscira is gonna blow your mind, because it is colors all over the place. It's like somebody that was editing the movie went, whoa, guys, you know there's a whole color palette on this program? I'm about to go crazy. Greens and blues and whites and golds, and everybody's getting colors. I'm Bob Ross in this thing legit. Amazon warriors kicking ass on horses with swords, flipping around, shooting bows and arrows. They are awesome. It was a really cool part of the movie, and I really enjoyed it. You know, aren't they doing that prequel movie or prequel series on Sci-Fi about Krypton? They should do another one like that about Themyscira. Are there any issues with the movie? There's a couple. Like I said, the movie plays it really, really safe. It follows the beats that you know. It doesn't try to stray too far away because they're like, hey, we already got people worried if we're gonna be able to be successful with a female superhero, so let's just keep it on the straight and narrow. They do sometimes can't resist to use that slow-mo effect, even in times where you're like, we're almost out of this fighting sequence without, oh, there's one. There, they had to throw one in there. So I wish there was at least one sequence that could have just been a nice, strong, just combat scene as it was without having to add all those extra elements. But just a nitpick, really enjoy the action sequence in this. The only real issue or complaint I have, I unfortunately can't talk about because it's something that happens in the third act, and it would be a spoiler. It's a thing that happens that is starting to basically become a cliche in superhero movies. This is something I've seen happen in at least 2 or 3 other movies I can think of, including one that just happened not too long ago. There's one part of the cliche that I've seen in a number of movies, and then there's an extension to that cliche that I've seen happen specifically in a couple movies that personally I just am like, I wish that we could figure out a different way to do this, because it's starting to get a little like oh, this thing again. It doesn't ruin the movie for me, but it was one of those things of like, well, the ride was so strong all the way to this point. Now it's kind of like the, all right, I'm still for the ride, but just not as crazy about this part as I was about the rest of the movie. So I already got a ticket to see the movie again. I want to see this movie in the movie theaters with a crowd of people that are going to lose their minds. I need to have my minds lost amongst my geeky brethren. I just really enjoyed this movie, and it's just nice to be able to come out of a DC movie and just be like, I like it, I know I like it, I don't have to worry about anything, critics, fanboys, Marvel versus DC. I ain't got time for all that BS. I ain't got time for any of that nonsense. This is a movie I enjoyed, I liked it. It is so well done and so interesting. And what I particularly like about this movie is that it does have its own tone. It doesn't feel like a Marvel movie to me, and it doesn't feel like DC movies that we've seen in the past. It feels like it is defining a new way to tell the DC universe of movies. And if this is the tone that's going to kind of set the stage for the future movies, then yay! So did you like my review of Wonder Woman? If you did, give this video a thumbs up. I want 4,289,562 likes on this thing. Or at least like 1,000 or 2,000 likes, that'd be cool. And if you want to know more about the history of Wonder Woman, go over to Regal Movies YouTube channel and watch Catching Up with Andre. I did a video all about Wonder Woman's well-known and not so well-known appearances in TV and movies. Do you think that Super Friends is the first time that Wonder Woman was in a cartoon? You're wrong. Go watch that video to find out what it was. It's gonna shock you. Was that clickbaity enough? And I have other videos on my channel, so please check them out and also subscribe, because your support means so much to me and keeps me going to make videos for you. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Outie 5000. Chain chomp. Ew.